Good day, namaste, yogis and yoginis. Welcome to Yoga with Vic once again from the beautiful city of Valencia with this beautiful, very, very old bridge behind me, as you can imagine. Not something that was built last year or last century. So anyway, let's get started. And I want to devote this class today to those days when you wake up and then suddenly you've got this pain in your lower back. Somewhere you think, where did I get this from? What did I do yesterday? How can I fix this? And sometimes you don't know what you did. Maybe it's just age, sometimes I think, but it's not. It's actually something you did or something you didn't do, and you don't know exactly. So, we'll revise everything that is around the lower back to make sure that whatever it is, we fix it, or at least we localize exactly where it is and we can fix it later. So we're going to start just dropping everything down, stretching the spine, elongating it, just letting it all hang. So just bend your knees slightly, hang the head, hang the neck. You can grab yourself and give yourself a hug. You can just grab your elbows and let them hang. However feels good. You just have to concentrate on the tailbone and all the way cascading down to the first little cervical vertebra. So feel that is a huge waterfall. That's what you are. That's what your backbone feels like right now. We want to find some spaces. And if you think, okay, I can stretch the legs a little bit and pedal and it feels good. Otherwise, just stay there, bending your knees, your elbows, grabbing yourself, or just letting it all hang and whatever feels like today. Your body is saying, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm just going to pedal a little bit because it feels good. I have the impression I have to also stretch my hamstrings or the back of my thighs. So let's do all of it at the same time and hang it all down. Just hang the neck, hang everything. And warm everything up. Very, very slowly come up to a flat back. Extend the spine. Find also some space between the vertebra in a completely different direction. We're just hanging like a waterfall. Now we're straightening it up. You can also use blocks and use the fingers. You can lean on your shins, on your thighs, as long as you stretch and feel that spine getting longer and longer and longer, and you're getting taller and taller. From here, we're going to bend again, forward fold, and we're going to go towards the floor. So kneeling position. We're going to open the knees and do a beautiful child's pose. The back goes towards the heels. The hands are going to go forward, 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 as far as you can reach. And the forehead goes to the floor. And again, we're stretching everything in the spine, from the tailbone to the cervical. And also make sure, when you're doing child's pose, you're not standing on if you do it on the chin, it's something completely different. Just make sure that it feels good on your spine. Just put the forehead on the floor. And again, if for the shoulders it doesn't feel good, you can always relax the forearms on the floor. Or if you want to do it more active, just stretch. And push yourself, the seat bones go towards the heels. Or the bum towards the floor is kind of the same, but it sounds more technical. Seat bones towards the heels. From here, we're going to go, the right hand is going to go towards the right. And the left hand is going to go on top of the right. And we're going to do a big curve. So like a big C, stretching the side, in this case the left side. So we make sure that everything gets stretched. And from here, very slowly, you go through the center again. The left hand goes towards the left side and the right hand comes on top. And stretch the right side this time. Remember, seat bones still go down towards the heels. We're just adding a stretch. Breathe on the ribs, also expanding the rib cage, the intercostal muscles, which always help us to breathe better. From here we go down to the center again. Lift the head, lift the forehead. Go on all fours, and we're gonna go down on our belly very, very slowly, especially if you got back pain. We're gonna go to Sphinx. And if you have lower back pain, you might feel already like, oh, it's kicking. Okay, just relax. Let it all hang. Don't make any effort, don't engage glutes or anything. Just let it all go. And from here, let's try to do something. Let's try to stretch the quads. And a little bit of a massage, the hip flexor. Just feel how it feels. I know it's a bit redundant, but test yourself. So we're gonna go with the right hand, bend the right knee and grab the right foot. And feel, okay, this is enough. Okay, good. We're already stretching a little bit of the quad. If you think, okay, I can stretch a little bit more, just bring it down, 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 grabbing either the inner foot, the upper foot, the toes, whatever works, and keep stretching, going down. Because often the quads, we don't give attention, we don't really pay attention to the quads, and we barely stretch them. And sometimes they just pull the tension, and then we've got pain. Okay, release. We're going to do the same with the other side. So grab the foot, inner foot, outer foot, upper foot, or you can always grab it in the crease of your elbow if it reaches, and bring it towards the back. And the more you look towards the back too, there's a bit of also stretch. But if it feels too much, just look at the front and just bring the foot towards you. You probably feel that one, for instance, for me, my dominant is the right leg, and the right quad is always very difficult to stretch. And the left quad, you can pretty much reach and just, it's very bendy, so it's very personal. And probably you have the same in different sides. Okay, release the foot. And from here, we're going to, now we're in a Sphinx, we're going to try to pull the chest through the gateway of our arms. So relax the glutes, especially if you've got lower back pain, just relax everything. And just try to elongate. You can close your eyes and imagine, just visualize the spine from the tailbone, from the very last little piece to the cervical is a big steez, a big curve. And you're trying to just gain a little bit of space, just a millimeter between the vertebra. From here, we're gonna put the hands, we're gonna go down, put the hands next to your chest and go up a little bit, just a little bit. And if you think, okay, this is enough, because my back is already hurting, just go down. Again, we're gonna do a few push-ups. So we're gonna engage the triceps now. You go on a little bit, up, 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 and down, and test yourself. How does it feel? Is it painful here, here, here? And you probably feel the moment it feels a little bit painful, you actually engage the glutes because you immediately protect your lower back and go, God, like, oh my God, it's starting to hurt. Anyway, let's try and now put the hands in front of you, more ahead, like what we call a seal pose, and give it a try too. So you won't go as far as you did before because you probe yourself a little bit less, and give it a little bit of a test. If you need to open the legs a little bit more because it feels better, or if you get them together, just give yourself a little bit of a test and feel, okay, where does it hurt? Is it here? Is it here? Can I go higher? And just give yourself a little bit of a trial. Okay, let's go back to Sphinx pose. Head on the floor, hands next to the chest, go up towards all fours, tabletop pose, and we're gonna go and sit down on our sit bones so far. And we're gonna do a Janu Sirsasana. So the heel, not the heel, the sole of a foot in the inner thigh, We kind of come up, lower, 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 and we're stretching here all the back, the lower back, the lumbar spine. And try to, whatever you grab with is this, the calf, the ankle, the foot, just push yourself, make yourself longer. Breathe. Come up again, let's change sides. Stretch the left ahead of you. Bring the sole, I've got everything around my feet. Sole over the right foot comes in the inner thigh, left thigh. Come up to the sky, reach high and fold. Go towards your calf, your ankle or your foot and push yourself. And often the pain is in one side, and then one side, it's okay. On the other side, you go, whoa, ouch, that hurts. Remember, don't ever hurt yourself. Just discomfort is fine. You know, you can push yourself a little bit, but the moment it's just impingement, it's pain, you stop there. So you stretch. So all our lumbar side is getting stretched. And breathe. Awesome. Just release. Both feet ahead of us. We're going to go on our backs, but not chilling yet. Slowly on the back. And we're going to come with the Gomukhasana legs. And bring them over. Stretch a little bit. Both, I mean, you can grab the calves, the ankles, and we're stretching the glutes here. Because the glutes very often actually the cause of our back pain. The lower back, glutes, psoas, hip flexor. We don't think about those, and then suddenly it's like, they snap somehow. Let's cross to the other side. So left over right, knee over knee, and then again, you grab either calves, ankles, or the sides of the feet, the outer sides, and bring the knees towards the chest. And you'll probably feel a huge glute stretch. From here, you unravel the legs. Give yourself a little bit of rock and roll. If you feel good, otherwise you can always come up for this side. Let's go on our knees. And let's do Gomukhasana again. So we're going to go right over left. So now we're crossing one leg on top of the other. Okay, normally we would do Gomukhasana sitting down, which is what we just did. But we're going to do also a kind of a child's pose with Gomukhasana legs, which is a bit weird, but we're going to go down. And we're going to go with our buttocks towards the floor. That's the idea, the intention. And we push ourselves towards the back of the room, the back of the mat. So it's like a child's pose with crossed legs, which is really bizarre. But again, it gives you a huge stretch to the glute. Push yourself. Like you really want to go towards the floor. Take a couple of breaths here and feel the stretch in the lower back. Slowly come up and unravel, and let's change the side. So left goes over right, both knees go together, and then the sit bones go towards the floor, the body goes towards the front. We extend the hands ahead of us like a child's pose, but with this cross-legged. And then you should feel more this stretch on the right glute now. Push yourself. Find some more space. Our body keeps contracting all the time if we don't stretch it back. I mean, it's good to do weight training and lifting weights and all the strength training is awesome. But remember, you contract, you break the fibers all the time. So it's also good to find a bit of a stretch and flexibility. Balance is the best. So I actually love strength training, and I love doing things like that. But if I don't do yoga afterwards or my stretches, I feel pain everywhere. I'm going to be honest with you. I really need to stretch and recover all that space that somehow you lost by all the strength training. Come up again. Let's go to all fours. Let's do a couple of cats and cows. Just again to mobilize the spine. So drop the belly, look ahead. Take some inhale, a lot of air. Always a lot on your belly, and then exhale, empty your belly, float and go with the spine up, and look between your thighs, and then go down. For your cow, bend the spine as much as it feels good. Look at the front and close your eyes, and then cat, go up with the spine, protrude the shoulder blades, make some space. Free try, pull them together, and protrude again. Separate shoulder blades, spine to the sky, make a tunnel, navel empty, navel to the spine, belly empty of air. Tabletop, neutral. I'm going to do a bit of movement here. Let's start clockwise. Just move and feel. What does it feel when you move? Does it hurt anywhere? Does it bother you anywhere? Does it feel like you're stretching? For instance, I feel my glute here stretching, and then my glute again when I go down. Do you have tension in the glutes? Where is it that you feel something? Always observe, always listen to your body. Let's change to the other side. And if you feel something that is just, it could be a sore muscle, which is fine. Sore muscles actually feel really good because that means you've worked them. But sometimes it's a little bit of an injury, or we overused, or we did it in a more aggressive way, and that's what we have to pay attention to and make sure that it goes back to normal. Sometimes we rest, restoring, doing yin. Sometimes for a little bit of movement, but always gentle, never be harsh. Always be mindful with your body. Okay, we come to the center, tuck the toes, open the hands very, very strong. Let's do a downward dog. We're not going to stay here long, but we can pedal a little bit, a couple of times. Push yourself away from the mat, hips high, and now we're going to lift the right leg a little bit, parallel to the floor. It goes to the front, right foot towards the left wrist, and then we're going to do our pigeon pose or sleeping swan, whatever you want to call it. You can always prop something underneath your glutes if it feels good. Remember, the knee should be going downward, not sideways or anything like that, so you can just check by putting your toes, tucking them, and then just dropping them. And from here, we're going to look at the front. You can also check if you go to the right here and see, okay, how does it feel? Good? Okay, I'm going to stay there. Just kind of swirl a little bit and then find the right place. From here, you can stay here, up and erect, straight, up high. You can go on your elbows, on your forearms, if it feels good. The stretch on your glutes should be pretty intense now. Or you can also make yourself a little pillow and go down. And here we have a beautiful stretch. But if you've got sciatica, it is one of the most blissful poses you can have. And just breathe there. Sciatica is a pinch of a nerve, the sciatic nerve, and it goes all the way down the leg. So when you have that, it's like an electric shock. It's like a cramp, but very intense and painful. So if you've never had it, lucky you. If you've ever had it, you know what it's like. And this is one of the poses that actually fixes it. So take note of that. Okay, very slowly come up. On your arms, on your hands. And from here, we're going to stay the way it is. And we're just going to bring the left leg towards the right side, over the other leg. We're going to bring it to this side of the room, to the right side. So we've got a beautiful twist here. We're going to lift the right arm, and the right elbow is going to go over the left knee, and we're going to prop ourselves and make a beautiful twist. Again, the glute is getting extended, your spine is getting twisted, and it feels really good. So we're pretty much stretching everything, and everything that has to do with the lower back. From here we release, we come back again, the left foot goes to the back, we're gonna come up however we can, and we're gonna do our downward dog again. So tuck the toes, open your hands very strongly, push yourself up, hips up to the sky. From here we'll lift the left leg parallel to the floor, the left foot comes to the right wrist, and then we lower the right knee towards the floor. Remember, you can tuck the toes and then untuck the toes to just be aware that you are in the right position. And from here, you're in your pigeon. You can also prop yourself underneath with a cushion, a block, whatever feels good. If you think, oh no, this is not really comfortable. And from here, you can start slowly lowering yourself. You can also use a bolster, blocks, whatever it is. Go on your elbows, your forearms, and you think, oh, this is enough. Or if you want to go and make yourself a little pillow and enjoy this pigeon slipping song, as we call it in Yin. Either of them is a beautiful bird. And it's something to really enjoy, as long as it feels fabulous, fantastic, amazing, great, gorgeous. And I swear I'm falling asleep in this pose. And even, I have to say, when I started doing this pose, I hated it. But also because they told me that I had to get the shin parallel to the top of a mat, and that hurt big time. My knee, and I could not understand how that pose could be actually a good pose until I discovered that was not needed. And it's okay to do something just adapted to your body, and the foot can be very, very close to your crotch, and it's completely fine. Okie doke, slowly come up, and remember, from here we're staying in the same position. We're going to bring the left leg over to the right leg over to the left side, over the left leg to this side of the mat. And from here we're going to lift the left arm, left elbow goes towards the right knee, and we push ourselves like a lever, and we twist towards the other side. And we give ourselves a beautiful, like we're a screwdriver, yeah, not a screwdriver actually, a corkscrew. Screwdriver is actually straight. Corkscrew, that's what I was thinking of, you know, the little curly one, like the pigtail kind of thing. That's how my spine feels like now, like a little twist. There's some columns, you know, that you had in ancient Greece and further on that are like slightly twisted. They're so beautiful. Awesome. Give it a couple of more breaths in here. Release. Come to your knees. And you know, I love this sort of stretch, even though it can be extremely intense sometimes. We're going to start just by putting the right foot in front of us. We're going to do a 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, all of them 90 degree. If you think, okay, this is good, we're going to start, just go towards the floor, and you can start pushing the left knee a little bit towards the back. And you think, okay, that's good, Feels great. Okay, I can push it a little bit further. That's still okay. Until you feel, okay, this is enough. If you're finding here, and you're on your fingers, on your toes, well, toes obviously, on your the tips of fingers, like a cupcake situation, you're just protecting something. If you think, okay, let's give it a try, let's start climbing on the knee. And you think, okay, this is fine, but I feel that is stretch. That is the killer, isn't it? That's the sauce, that's the hip flexor. And that's the one that gets shortened very often. You think, okay, that's good. But if you have lower back pain, most likely that is already killing you. So you can also use blocks and just stay here. And if you think, okay, I can do this, but do not overdo it, because that can be pretty intense. Breathe. You can come down also, hands inside. You can heel toe a little bit the right foot towards the right side of the rim, and then just do a few like little push-ups. Just go down and up, down and up, very, very mildly. Barely see, I mean, you could barely probably see the move. Just stretching a little bit the psoas. Okay, come up again, move the foot back. Just your hips go up and very slowly bring the leg to the back. And let's change to the other side. So left leg comes ahead of us. Let's do the 90-90. So let's see how it goes. How does it feel? Does it feel good? Good enough? Okay, we can stay here. If you think, okay, let's give it a try a little bit more. Hands go to the floor, framing the foot, and you can just stretch the back leg, go a little bit further, 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 until you find the moment that you think, okay, that's good. Let's see how it feels here. You're gonna stay there, and if it feels good and already the extension of the hip flexor is quite intense, just stay there and breathe. If you fancy giving it a try, you can climb on your left knee, come up slowly, and I feel my hip flexor screaming at me. And I'll confess, I did wake up with a back pain this morning. That's why I'm doing this, because yesterday I was recording and I realized I was very, very late for a lunch. And I got the bike and I literally did what I normally do in 40 minutes, I did in 20. Crazy ride, really crazy. And I was on all the BAMs and everything, and it was fine. It was just this morning when I woke up, I thought, oh, I think that ride was a bit too much. Oh, and I can feel it in the hip flexor. Okay, let's go down. Both hands inside. We heel toe a little bit the left towards the left, outside of the mat if necessary. And let's do a bit of push-ups. So we stretch the psoas and relax a little bit. So down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Ooh, down and up. And very, very slowly come back, heel toe to the front, both framing the foot, come up to your 90 degree, come up, and oh my goodness, that's intense also to me. Okay, both legs come together, and guess what? We're gonna do a child's pose. We're gonna do a folded leaf. So we're not going to separate the legs, the knees as we normally do. They're gonna stay together. We're gonna sit on the heels. We're gonna go down. The head goes to the floor. You can also use a block if needed. And the hands, the arms go alongside. So we're gonna do a little ball here. Just to take a couple of breaths. And we're not going to do Shavasana today. This is the way we're going to end up the class. With this little ball, focusing on our spine from the top to the bottom. The sit bones go towards the floor. And very slowly, whenever you're ready, just climb yourself up. Very, very slowly. You can stay in the Vajrasana, kneeling, hands in front of your heart, bow your chin. Thank you so much. We've been just paying attention to what could be potentially pain. Maybe you don't have pain, but you just want to take care of your lower back. And you're just testing and seeing, okay, what works, what doesn't work, what feels good, what feels great. Thank you so much for being again with me today. It's been again an honor and a pleasure. Namaste. See you very shortly.